I'm feeling comfortable. Your bitch, I don't swear to wait till she sleep. I'm a hospital. This is what I'm gonna do. Middle finger, but fucking you. Y'all niggas corny. Any nigga like a lunchable. Fuck the worm. Niggas know me, that's my favorite model. Don't want your girl unless she's guaranteed to suck and swallow. And when I'm done, I pass her off to my team. I save the girl in mine, cause I just said I looted your queen. Call me your asshole. I ain't be claiming. I don't give a damn. Wifey don't love you. I can post it up on my Instagram. Send it to your coworkers, your sisters, your brothers, your children, your cousins. Cause all I shit that do that, they mothers away.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay. That's Payne Gusto. We got the homie Reno RX in the house today.
Peace.
With us.
Thank you for having me on the show, fellas.
Always. You know, you're not even a guest no more, man. You family. You a host that don't show up all the time. There we go. He's the co-host that don't show up all the time.
I'll take
We had him on the Make America Rap Again release, and I get hit up like a week and a half later by one of my friends, and they're like, "Who's the dude that said he'd do a drive-by for you?" I started laughing.
Nah, I had a few people hit me up about that episode. Like, oh man, that Reno dude, he a killer? I'm like, maybe.
Nah, I'm a dad and a husband.
I know a lot of killers that was that too.
Hey, this ain't Vlad. We ain't trying to get nobody indicted. Calm down.
Well, what's good with you, man? Reno, what's good with you, man? What you got popping off, man?
Oh man, everything is great, man. This new album, the best work I ever did, man. It's unbelievable. I took a little bit longer with it, man. I was on that shit, constantly drop. But then I said, that's not fair to people who want to hear me. It's not fair to me. So, we placed quality over, I guess, consistency, I guess as they say, and just took our time, came with some crazy shit, man. Best shit I ever did. And rap ain't a young man's game. Like I stood on it. When you hear the album, I stood on it.
Nah, and your approach to music is always give you that feeling of, you know what? I could tell he an older gentleman, whatever like that, but these young boys need to tap into this. Y'all need to see what the fuck is what like. You give me that the original hip hop feel, you know what I mean? Like you let me know, like, yo, this is that Wu-Tang that I grew up at. That if you want now, like Griselda type, you give me that this is the gutter. This is the, and I don't mean gutter as far as like, you down and out. I'm talking about gutter like, yo, this is from the trenches. Like we like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles grew up in the streets, nigga. Like fuck. Like,
well, to be fair, I was raised in a pretty good neighborhood. I went to really good schools. So anybody thinking all that, they'd be wrong. Do I get busy? Did I in the past? Sure. Everybody got busy at some point. And from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like you really couldn't come outside unless you had to do something. It wasn't no going viral. But the album Rap Ain't a Young Man's Game, shit like you was just saying right there, like niggas see me or whatever, or hear me, and they always like, older, OG or some shit like that. But it's like, that's cool. You can put whatever title you want in it. But you hear what I'm saying? You see what I'm doing? Like, I'm in rare form and stay in rare form. You know what I'm saying? So that's good, because ageism is a popular topic amongst our peers, as Jay and I was discussing earlier. So that's why I'm addressing it head on. Like, you know what? It's not an attack on like young people or anything like that, because I love the new generation. I love what they're doing, but at the same time, I smack your hand. You know what I'm saying? Go hear what I'm doing, and then you let me hear what you're doing. I go song for song with anybody. And there it is. And it's just about doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not about saying like niggas is used to. I'm doing. I'm really putting it down. I said I'm the best. Go listen to my album and feel that. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that you said that, like go song for song, head to head with anybody. Just recently, like one of my young boys was like he saw me getting off of work. He was like, yo, Gusto, man, I mean, yo, I got these tracks, whatever like that. And he went, yo, let's do a verses. I'm like, verses? Like, first it was like 12:30 in the fucking morning. I just got off the train. We talking about some dual verses. Yo, come through. He just kept talking. So, you know what? All right. So we go to his crib, and he got all his peoples there. None of my peoples there. All his peoples there. It's not like a lot of people, but like 10 of us, 8 of us, whatever. And we start going just 5 songs, song for song. And yes, my shit got more of the 90s feel or more of the older generation feel. But even the young boys were like, yo, like, yeah, you might want to turn, like talking to his homies, like you might want to turn your shit off because OG over here got some rapping. He ain't just trying to make you dance and like that's cool. You want to dance, dance. I want y'all to just bop your heads and just be like, what did he say? Rewind. Wait, hold on. Rewind. Let me hear that song again because I know I missed something. Like I like those. Like my rewind button was fucked up on every radio I ever had. I always tell people that shit. My rewind button was always the first thing to fuck up because I was run it back, run that back, run that back.
Yeah,
like, what?
Hip hop's a wide spectrum, man. There's room for everybody, but also, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas with that experience, you can't take that away, man. You can't take that away.
Sound like
if a young nigga say, yo, I'm really nice, and I tell that nigga, yo, I'm 45. I'll be 46 this year. I've been writing every day since I was a little boy, before I was a teenager. What do you got to say to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing there, you know, but I get it, aesthetics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sound like the old get off my lawn guy, but like when I go back and forth on Facebook with some of the younger cats, I'm like, the problem now for me is when we were growing up, you listen to your favorite artist to see where they came from, right? Like to see what's Rakim taught, why Rakim like praise KRS-One so much, why these guys do that kind of stuff. And I don't see it anymore. I don't see the younger cats talking about like, oh, I'm looking back to what Pac did, or I'm looking back to what KRS-One did, or whoever else. I just don't see that. And maybe I'm in the wrong space because I'm older, but that's what I'm seeing is like, it's not so much homage being thrown back. And I'm like, to these young cats, like you ain't got to praise these older cats. But if you go back and see where this started and where it came from, I think you have a better understanding and appreciation for where it grew from.
Yeah, a lot of the older music. I'm not saying like I didn't grow up on, you know, fucking Fab. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up off self-destruction and I didn't grow up off the message. But when I started getting into hip hop and I started learning, like, these rappers, like you said, these rappers look up to them, or this singer look up to this person. I wonder why. So I had, you know, I started going back to do my Googles and seeing what's going on, or like.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
What you mean you didn't grow up on self-destruction and the message?
Because self-destruction wasn't. I wasn't trying to hear self-destruction.
Okay, like, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Okay. Like, as far as the song itself, like I wasn't trying to hear self-destruction. You're looking like, but once as you get older, you start learning more. Then you go back and listen to self-destruction. You're like, damn, you know what? This song was a lot more powerful than I thought before. But these young cats now don't go back to see why we put Pac so high up, why we put Rakim so high, why we put Big Daddy Kane. Like they look at it like, man, some old head. They doing that bullshit, bibbidi bop shit. We don't like that. But that bibbidi bop shit was what got it popping. Like you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that bibbidi bop.
Yeah.
I literally had somebody this week. I was talking about MC Sham, and they were like, "Who?" And I was like, "All right, I can't even be in this conversation no more because he's a legend, and you're asking me who."
Yeah. And you know what? That's just everything's disposable nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's so the new generation in their defense is being hit with so much information, and it's all nonsense. The niggas don't care because they know everything is fleeting. Why I gotta go back and look at my history when what I'm doing right now ain't gonna matter in 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They don't care, but that's okay. That's to our advantage. You know, the intellects, the historians, the people who are into it.
And this ain't
Nah, that
none of us are taking a shot at the whole generation. I feel that. So I think we're just saying like it just changed so much, but I didn't think about it the way Reno just put it because we do live in the information age. So everything's right at your fingertips. You're overloaded with information. And the news cycle now is like 24 hours. So somebody can do something fucked up, but somebody's gonna do something more fucked up in 24 hours. So we ain't even talking about the fucked up shit that happened 48 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
but the fucked up shit behind that is that all right, cool. 24 hours, somebody do some fucked up shit. 24 hours, blah blah blah. If y'all like it says, like everybody got information in the palm of their hand. Take them 2 seconds to look up some shit information, but they're not looking up the dope shit. Like y'all would, all right, they'll hear. Not saying this is true. Let's say 50 Cent did some petty type shit. Then they'll do their Googles and then start reading his lyrics to see, oh, did he say something in there that made it sound like a pedophile? How we missed that? But y'all not gonna go back to see why we thought 50 Cent was dope. Why we thought y'all also picked to find out why they so fucked up instead of what made them great. Like
Put some respect on the algorithm's name.
I hope I'm wording that right. I think I'm wording it a little fucked up, but hey, I think y'all know what I mean.
Put some respect on the algorithm's name. He don't go by 50 no more. He go by the algorithm.
Oh, that's a fact. And he is.
I drive painted freeze nuts because I'll defend 50 even if I don't mean it.
Oh, I love 50. I'm from Queens. That's a hometown hero right there. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. Until he does.
See,
Yeah, here we go. Let's hear it, Payne. Don't hold back.
it's the algorithm part. All right, so we know, and I see with 50 Cent, we already know 50 Cent got his name, from a Brooklyn dude, whatever like that, like that. Fast forward a little bit, he sits on Ja Rule, do whatever, and then technically start doing the same music Ja Rule was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Then we fast forward a little bit right now to this algorithm shit. That like the algorithm shit, like he took that from a battle rapper that's been calling himself the algorithm. Like it's a battle rapper that's recently been known as the algorithm.
Talking shit to the Harris family. That's the funny part.
I get it. Trust me, I 100% get it. But after a while, to me, it'd be like, be a little bit more original now. Your name came from somebody else. Your music got popping because you shitted on Ja Rule. Then did his whole thing all over, and then algorithm you took it from somebody else. Like now, 50 Cent is dope, but
you gotta zoom out.
I get it. When you got to pick the name of somebody else, and it's so easy to fucking like, yeah, I don't know. I fuck with 50. Don't get to. I don't want to sound like I don't fuck with 50. I'm just because I fuck with you don't mean I can't shit on you. That's all.
Well, to be honest, man, if we took out all of the rappers who got their names from other people, especially stick-up boys like the real 50 Cent was, we're gonna be left with like Chubb Rock. Shout out to Chubb Rock though. Word, that's my nigga. I ain't mad at that, but you can't like all that stuff. If you zoom out, like all that shit is very distracting. All that shit and shit, whatever all that gossip and shit he be into. The shit is all advertisement. He stay out there. I think the algorithm, somebody might have had it before, whatever. I think it's kind of appropriate for him though. You know what I mean?
It is.
He's on his Trump shit right now, and he moving. He been moving for a long time.
Yeah, and the ball ain't stopping. I 50% that. I'm never gonna say act like 50 Cent corny and shit. Now that motherfucker is a legend, a living legend, and when he goes, when he dies, and whatever the case may go, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the game.
Yeah, he's a clever guy, good businessman, great businessman.
I guarantee you, when he dies, he hopes somebody trolls him on the way out, like he did Irv Gotti or these dudes. I don't think 50, I think 50's like troll me on the way out. Like I don't think he takes it as serious as other people for one, and For two, I think you're almost fighting a losing battle when you fight 50 because everybody thinks there's going to be this big skeleton pop and we're going to find out something wild. And I don't think it's there. I think 50's like, y'all know the fucked up shit I did. And I live and I own the fucked up shit I did. So you can't use it against me.
I mean, he put a movie out about his life, gang. Like it's out there.
I'm not sure 50 Cent could he's damn near bulletproof at this moment. Like he really is on.
It feels like it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like it. And that's kind of where I felt like 50 is as long as we don't find out 50 was on some sex predator shit, like what are you ever gonna do?
If he could keep a secret like that this long,
right?
I think we need to give him a job in the government or something because that's incredible.
I mean, I'm watching motherfuckers right now shout out a dude who was touching little boys. So, like African Bambaataa, like motherfuckers are shouting. I'm like, this is wild. Like, y'all, he was on some like predator shit. And motherfuckers are still like R.I.P. big legend, and I'm like, okay.
I think African Bambaataa is definitely not only yes, he's a legend. You're not gonna take away nothing that he did for hip hop, but just because of the extra shit he did on the boy shit, there's a big asterisk next to his name now. Like he has a like it's a mark on his name, and it's hard to ignore. Like. When you tell the story of hip hop, African Bambaataa has to come up. He was a big staple in it. But if you're gonna talk about that part, it's hard to ignore the fact that he was on some boy bottom shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Planet Rock was fire. You know what I'm saying? It still is. But other than that, niggas got to learn to separate the artist from the actions. Like, we not paying to listen to this nigga's real life. We're paying to hear the music he makes, the art he creates. That don't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what it is. Like, I'm not gonna. First of all, I was never that much into Africa Bell. Like, I'm 45. I ain't that old to where I was like listening to Africa Bell. Like, yo, this shit is fire. I heard it after the fact. And to me, son kind of always looked like a knockoff George Clinton, if we being honest. I didn't get that it was all right to rip a nigga style off like that back in the day, but whatever. So, yeah, he did some fucked up shit. Was he a key figure in hip hop? Yeah, the two, both are true.
No, it's like R. Kelly. You not listen. If you're in the club and they drop R. Kelly, people are still gonna get it popping.
And they got some smacks, boy. He got some smacks.
He just recently did some shit in jail. He did some song, and that shit sound crazy. I'm like, God damn it, Kels. How you still doing it, man? You still fucking you can't. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm good. I'm good with separating the person from music and all the other shit. I am very high on that because.
Well, we need that. Like, we need that R. Kelly mystical collab live from inside. Pause.
With a P. Diddy produced track.
Might be fire. That might be real fire. Get Tory Lanez on it, maybe? That should be hard.
What? Tory will take that shit right to the moon.
hey, but at least Tory was just trying to like Della Reese people. He wasn't trying to do that other shit. Tory Lanez was just trying to shoot off a pinky toe.
Yeah, and all these things though, like they don't negate what the artist did. Let me tell you, I lived a life in my time. If my daughter was like, "Well, I love him, he's my dad, but he just done some horrible things, so I can't fuck with him," I'd be like, "Damn," I would think that's unfair. Personally, I would think, it's of course it's the person's, it's each individual's decision, but you don't gotta. The two don't gotta be. If we took out all the artists, and I'm not just talking hip hop, that were doing inappropriate shit with minors or out there raping bitches, whatever the fuck they was doing, bro, the pool would be very small, man. Very small. In fact, I'm like I said, I'm 45. this is a common thing when I was a young man in the hood, you know, around 17, 18, you know, growing up. Every nigga had a young joint. All the older niggas had young joints. They come into the school to pick up they chick. I'm going to school with the chick. Like, damn, you fucking with this nigga, you fucking with that drug dealer. Like, it was a common culture, you know. So like, we can't say R. Kelly, we should not listen to his music because of what he did. Like, we could start asking a lot of motherfuckers out. If
oh yeah,
good
there's
people my age is over.
KRS got some lyrics make you want to sit him down and ask him some questions. Like
13 and good.
Yeah. So
that was crazy.
Hey, before we get, because this is good conversation, but let's listen to one of your joints you got dropped in Reno. Let's hit that.
Hey, stupid.
I try to navigate Payne's comments like a landmine.
Oh shit!
Got nothing to say. Let's get this.
Payne's gonna get us canceled one day, but it's okay. It's okay. That's gonna. I think it's actually his goal is to see how far he can go until we get canceled.
Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. I like to walk the edge a little bit.
I don't help because I'll poke the bear and make shit 20 times worse, and then Payne still gets blamed for it.
Yeah, right.
Making the black man your scapegoat, huh?
Oh,
that's
bro,
what we doing, Jay.
Say something wild, and Payne will hear. How are you gonna let him say that? Like, you know, so I don't ever get the messages. Payne gets them. Like if I say it or Payne says it, he gets the heat.
In that case, you need to talk more shit.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, we're gonna hit. You got a new album coming out. Definitely want to talk more about that. But this is the first single you're gonna drop. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it before we drop the single?
Yes. This single is called Gordon Ramsay, spelled like the Pharaoh, Ramsay the Fourth. This shit is fire. My boy Jay Styles produced it. He produced a couple of joints on my first album, Freebase Pharaoh, and he's been a friend for about 20 years. We also have a collaboration album coming out this year. It's fire. Check it out. The video drops on the 21st exclusively on paperchaser.com. That's my dog. Shout out Paper Chaser. And it is the first single off of Rap Ain't a Young Man's Game, which comes out the 28th.
Talk that
of
shit.
This month?
Rap Ain't a Young Man's
Of this
Game.
month. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's that other shit. I keep my head on a swivel, always ready, never settle it civil. I guarantee my net'll triple by the end of the fiscal. Flames shooting out the end of the pistol. We organize, bribe elected officials so they ignore the crime and let us continue spreading out tendrils. Mama used to ask what happened to her kitchen utensils. Slick innuendo would get you hit. Ride by with the stick in the window. Bystanders get hit incidental. My standards are different from them dudes. We not the same. Flights to Bahrain, picking wine off of Emirates menus. While you ride train, your eyes strain, trying to see the Ayatollah, Blackley Ayakoka. Platinum diamond choker, always act like I'm insulted. These niggas are beneath us, bargain basement, yet they think we are adjacent. I don't know you, y'all are strangers to this way of life. Unfamiliar with the stakes and unwilling to pay the price. Lights out, the reapers here, say goodnight. In the kitchen, they call me Gordon Ramsay. I had that white girl singing like a little orphan Annie. My nigga Styles on the beat, and he offers Annie. First rule and only rule, don't ever cross the family. Don't ever cross the family. Yeah. I spent years in the trenches, Yeah, I'm relentless. Leery of questions, you too inquisitive. I have you disappear by my henchmen or new affiliates. Line you and your co-conspirators. My hoes do lines of coke off mirrors until they incoherent. I'm worshipped like an Inca spirit. The Orisha, draw a pentagram and blow cigar smoke at your picture. We offer worldly, our guns are burly. A set the clergy, it's the guard. If it ain't about bread, it doesn't concern me. Fuck the attorneys, my niggas active. Nobody moving shit around here unless I'm getting points on the package. Designer suits with my name embroidered on the fabric. Giant coupe loitering in traffic. In 92, I was selling poison to the addicts. Now I'm eating oysters in a hammock, hearing voices when I'm manic. Every time I catch a case, my lawyer is ecstatic. My last trial paid for the foyer in this mansion. Yeah, in the kitchen they call me Gordon Ramsay. I had that white girl singing like Lil Orphan Annie. My nigga Styles on the beat and he offers Annie. First rule and only rule, don't ever cross the family. Don't ever cross the family.
Shoo! A motherfucker.
I like that. Every time I catch a case, my lawyer get ecstatic. Like I don't know why I like that. It's like it means so many different things. Like he's happy. Like oh shit, fine, I get some more money in my pocket. Or
No,
or it's
that's
like damn, this motherfucker fucked up again.
nah. It's the former because the next line is my last trial paid for the foyer in his mansion. So he's very happy.
Very happy. Very happy. Very.
Shout out Robert Barron.
You remember the lawyer name?
Oh yeah, I think I better.
You better remember his name, right? If anybody, I'll send you flowers. Now I'm home.
I like how you're like, don't cross the family with the album being called what is it? Hip hop's not a young man's game. Is that what did I fuck that
Rap
up?
in a young man's game.
Right. So to play off of that, if you think about it, don't cross the family. Like that's all they do now. That's all the young generation does now when they get caught up. Everybody just be telling.
Nah, but you know what though? Like the youngins, like it all come full circle too. Because if you look at Nature Man, you get the Old Lion, which is one of the names of the interludes on my album, Old Lion. You know, eventually the young lion want to test him. Think he got what it take to run the pride. It happens every time. And then either the old lion shows him that rap ain't a young man game or the old lion dies.
That's true. It's always the line of succession, right?
Yes, sir.
But everybody's trying to take out whoever's ahead of them in some way, shape, or form. That's how I never want to I don't want to be no king. Kings get their heads taken off first.
King? It depends on what you're the king of.
The prince. The prince gets to walk around telling you, hey, baby, I'm going to be king. And ain't got to deal with none of the bullshit. Everybody trying to kill the king. It's better to be the prince.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's a
the king's a rough job. That's it. Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? That's the old saying. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah.
So President, how many songs on this album?
9.
Okay. Quick listen. You think it's better with these sort of form albums or those 15, 21 plus albums? Like you think lately the way how stuff is kind of.
Well, lately I think there's been a resurgence in the longer play albums. You know what I'm saying? I forget who, but I think even MC8 got a joint coming out where he got like 30 something songs. But a few artists are doing that where they're putting a lot of songs on the joint. And I think it's just different. You know, EP, LP, it's always been around. It's always been around. It's always been a thing. Are people's attention span shorter nowadays? Yeah, but if we try and conform to the things that people are and what they're doing nowadays, then we're not going to get nothing dope anymore. So I say shout out to niggas with 30 songs on their album. Shout out to niggas with 3 songs on their album. You know, it's like.
But you're right. The long form is changing because even in the YouTube world, the algorithm now is pushing long form shows because people are going away from the shorts when it used to be the shorts where everybody's attention was to, and now it's going more to the long form because I get all these, analytics from YouTube every month, and it's that long form that's getting pushed more now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead,
Now I was just gonna say everything is constantly. It's all like an algorithm to bring that up again. Remember when the phones were getting really small and then they had to be really big? Like there's always ebbs and tides.
Skinny jeans, baggy jeans, skinny jeans, baggy jeans.
Yeah. Well, I never
so
fuck with the skinny jeans, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm so glad baggy is back in because skinny jeans were killing me. I can't wear them. I can't wear them. And I'm from the generation where we had baggy pants over our shoes. So you wanted your shoes not to look huge. Where my daughter's generation, the guys were like, I want my feet to look big. I'm like, that's some weird shit I just can't wrap my head around, but do you?
And all these guys showing their ankles like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, Reno, but you're around my age, so you remember the tight roll of the pants. Motherfuckers used to do that shit.
What?
That's
what?
back. Where you fold the bottom of your pants and then you tight roll it up.
Oh nah, I don't think black people did that.
I've seen a lot of people do that.
But it's back.
What you mean, like cuffing your pants?
Where you take them and you fold them over because the long ass, so they're tight, and then you cuff them twice, so it's like a tight roll on your ankle. But it's back. Keep your eyes open. You'll see it. Maybe you'll remember, I remember weirdos doing that when I was real young.
But like Reno said, well, I'm not sure if it's a white or black thing, but over here in New York, Jersey, we would cuff the pants. We would cuff the bottom of the jeans, but the whole that little flip over to make it tighter type shit and then cuff it again. Nah, we wasn't really doing that.
That might have been that's fine. That might have been the Vanilla Ice MC Hammer crowd, but I was in 5th grade. I was that crowd, bro. I was in 4th and 5th grade when that shit came out. I was that crowd. I was tight rolling the shit out my pants with a long ass fucking tail on the back of my head.
Look, so I bought both of their albums, but I ain't do the pants thing.
That's fair.
I think the one thing I did do was when you got the long ass fucking tube socks and shit, and you want to make it look short, so you flip it down all the way down to your feet type shit, and then you put your
oh yeah, you try to make the ankle socks out the joints. Yeah.
That's only what I know about. You put this shit all the way under your feet. That should be looking crazy too. But
the next level was the tight roll with the ankle sock, and you leave about that much skin between the tight roll and the ankle sock. That was the shit. Shout out 1989 or whatever the fuck that was.
So Reno, you said this album might be your best one, or is your best one. What makes this one your best? First off, was it easy once you was done to say, you know what, this is my best project, or did you have to debate with yourself, damn, I wonder if this project better than that one, or this one, was it easy for you to damn, I heard once you heard all nine tracks, all the songs that didn't even make this album, because I know there's songs that didn't make the album. Even when you heard all of that, you sat back and was like, yo, this is the one, this is my best one.
Yeah, 100%. It was I don't know. So I've learned a lot since Freebase Pharaoh. Just going through the game and doing things, and not even talking about music wise, writing and shit, but just how to navigate, because I'm not exactly a people person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this album is the culmination of all of that experience, plus all of my life experience, and then after I did it, it was finished. It was finished a while ago. I do like the cars do. I put that motherfucker through a crash test. I listened to this album thousands of times, probably. The mix, we went back and forth for a month. over the smallest details you could imagine. Every bar painstakingly jot. There's a story for every syllable in every rhyme, like, and then too, my shit stand the test. You could pick a random line from any song. It's going to be 100 times more than what you think it is. And I put that stamp of, I'll give you the album and every album for the rest of my life I ever made for free if I'm wrong about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the craftsmanship that went into it, the love. Like, it was real love. Like, I got 3 daughters in this album.
That makes sense. You can pick a line out of whatever, like, yeah, that's a fact about you. Like, there's some MCs or rappers that when you hear they shit, like, maybe you, like, the verse could be cool, but that one line can be the line that just, oh shit, like that. Like, back to 50 Cent. 50 was good for that. Whether you like the whole verse or not, 50 had that one line, they'd be like, oh shit, wait, that's some real shit. Like, I didn't think about it that way, or I've been thought about it that way, and I'm happy he said that shit. Like, it's like, I want to some Queen shit, because Graph is good for that too. Now, Graph he's back to back. He's back to back punches. Never mind. Graph is back to back.
Graph is tight too.
Lost Boys was definitely good. Mr. Cheeks was definitely good for that. If you didn't like this whole verse, there would be a line in there that made you be like, damn, that's some real nigga shit. Salute to Mr. Cheeks too. R.I.P. Biggie Top.
Word. Yeah, but
is there an album that kind of like when I did my last album, To Make America Rap Again, and salute to you because you produced them joints on it too. I went back and literally just listened to some of my favorite 90s hip hop or early 2000s shit. A lot of Wu-Tang, a lot of MOP, a lot of, the stuff that I grew up on. What was your motivation with like making this album? Like, what is there like somewhere you really wanted to go sonically with it, or you was just like, yo, fuck it, let's just record and whatever happens, like?
No music motivated this album. It was all life experiences. Like, when I was a young man, my mother and father broke up. We all crammed in with my grandma and shit. There's 5 of us in a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. My uncle's in the next bedroom. ODing, comes out looking like a fucking monster. All kinds of shit, everything. My mom, I catch her hitting the line. You know what I'm saying? Just all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what also makes it the best album. Before the other joints is like fire. There's a lot of that mixed in there, but this album is all that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just, there's no, I don't even want to say filler because all my shit is fire, but this shit is it's a lot of pain. This is just pain. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like lines like, you didn't hear this song, but mama had to kick him out. She would have lost her benefits. You know what I'm saying? Shit like niggas is going to relate to these type of things. You know what I'm saying?
That's some real nigga motherfucking shit right there. You know how many moms on Section 8 had to kick the guy out because he gonna fuck shit up?
Yep.
Or let's not forget how, don't want to get too off rails, but how fucked the system was that created a bunch of fatherless children, because if they were there, they would lose their assistance. So at times there was a system that created fatherless children because the system was against both parents being in the home. But I don't want to get off into that whole thing. But yeah, no, I when you said it, I felt that you see, and then Payne and I both felt something or thought something just from that one line. That's what I love about your music, though. But what it sounds like to me is you feel like you just put your heart and soul into this album. Like it is you bled it.
Yeah, I cried on this album. I cried it's like tears. Every song is like tears. I just cried all over the tracks. The shit is just everything I've been through. And the large part of that is because all the music I put out thus far is not reflective of the me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45, PTA shit, you know what I'm saying? Going to dance class, ballet, all kinds of shit. I'm not out here. I'm not active. Normally, I'm not active. Niggas would always come out of retirement, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, this is like the kind of like the last hurrah for me as far as this shit goes, because, and there's another album there's another song on the album called God where I'm making this transition from talking all that street shit to getting on my new shit. It's dope. It's called God. Chorus is the black man is God, the whole land is ours. We came from the stars. All praise Allah. Like it's real. Shit gets spooky on this album, man.
So,
Shit
so,
is going
so
places.
you feel like this album might be your more, because you get deep on other albums and songs as well. But do you feel like this album might be a more introspective one out of all? Because
By
just
far.
because the way how you're talking about this one, it sounds like this is a lot more personal than most.
Yeah, by far. Like yeah. Valerie's
Now,
son is out here
is
wilding.
it
Yeah.
is it easy for you to get introspective, or is it just like a little line here and there like you usually do? But now this like, all right, it's like the album, like the song you did for me, Brenda's Got a Baby. That's probably my most introspective that I've been recently, and that was one of the hardest ones for me to write because I don't like getting too introspective no more. Like when my early music, I used to talk about all the fucking crazy, whatever angry management shit. But then as I got older, I stopped doing it and just put a little line here and there to make you be like, oh shit, maybe Pain is a little off. But when Brenda's Got a Baby, I was kind of able to get a little bit more deeper in that. So is it easy for you to go introspective, or is it just like
Um
writing?
it's it's not easy for me too because like my shit is real vivid. Like that's kind of like my superpower. I'm gonna make you see it. Like I'm gonna give you some details and you're gonna feel like you can smell whatever I'm talking about. And when I get introspective, like a lot of my stories ain't so great, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard more than once, like, yo, you know, niggas is just like, niggas look at me bogged out, act shit like, yo, is Reno a killer or something? And the answer's always no. So to get away from all that, I like to mix my shit in with there's a lot of fantasy in my shit too. Like I say outrageous shit, like I'm skiing down a pyramid. You know, I'm a creative.
Yeah,
I'm always
but
gonna do that.
I'm pretty sure with that line of you saying you skiing down the pyramid lands on a bar that's gonna make it all make sense. So even though you might feel like a fancy world, that skiing down the pyramid is for a reason. Like there's a reason why you said that.
It is, but it's like calligraphy versus writing regular. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting flourish on the shit, making it extra fly, because that's what rap niggas do. We talk fly shit. We take regular shit that niggas talk about and make it fly. You know what I'm saying? That's my job, and that's what I do. On this album, it's dope. The bars are amazing, but it ain't so pretty. It ain't so pretty. I definitely wouldn't say that any of the bars are fly. They're very gritty. Like the very first line on the album on the intro is, "I'm not like normal folk. They say my mom was snorting coke when her water broke." We is and this is real. I don't know if she was doing it when her water broke. My mom's been known to partake in a line or two before. You know what I'm saying? Shout
When
out to
you
her though. She's awesome.
when you were writing this, did you make a conscious effort for yourself to, like you said, every song's a tier, or did it just come, it just naturally come that way, and you're like, oh, so now I gotta lean into this?
Nah, all the songs that were picked for this album are songs that I've made over time that were
Okay.
like, yeah, this is one of them ones. I'm gonna sit this to the side. This is one of them ones. I'm gonna sit it over here. Then when I had a nice collection, I was like, I put it together. Well, actually, I had to whittle it down. Like Payne said, it was a few doorways. There's a lot of doorways, but this is what I came out with out of all that. I just listened to it straight through, and the shit, like, I knew I couldn't add anything else to it. I knew it couldn't make me feel any more fucked up than I already did listening to it. And I said, yeah, these are the ones. Fucked up in a good way, have you in your feelings type shit.
Okay. So all
But
right.
also
So
too, real quick, I want to say too, this is also not some slow pace album. Most of the album, about 70%, is a fast pace too. So keep that in mind. It's weird.
promise you, I was just about to ask, is the boom bap, you know, the typical, not typical, but you know what I mean, the like you said, slow. It's not the slow pace. It's more up tempo to a certain extent. So I was going to ask something about that too. Like, yo, are you sticking to your normal? Is this the normal Reno formula, or is this a little bit of a? Let me give you a little something different that I can do, a little something extra, a little bit of little sazon here and there.
I mean, the normal Reno formula is different from my contemporaries. You know, and I could say this because I speak from a technical standpoint too, because I'm also a producer. I know what drum kits these niggas are using. I know what BPMs they're making it for. I know what sound they go for. I know what effects they're throwing on. Excuse me, all that shit. I don't do none of that. My shit sounded in the 90s, in the 2000s, like, because that's just the era I'm from. I'm not trying to keep that alive. It's just who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do trap. I don't do whatever. I don't know any other type of whatever the fuck they doing, the emo shit, all that. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is the line. It's linear with me.
Okay. See, now with as far as the trap sound goes, like with me, like I'm with you. I like to stay within the 90s, 2000 feel, but with my style of rapping, I'll rap fast. I can do whatever, but I do a lot of fast rapping. So people always throw me a lot of them trap beats. It'll be a lot of fucking. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, give me some boom bap, please. I hit a motherfucker up, say, yo, I need some boom bap beats. He sent me eight fucking shits that you can hear Kusaisky and shit on. I'm like, yo, my G. I said boom bap. Oh man, I thought this was the same thing because you can rap. I'm like, no, just because I can rap, however, doesn't mean just give me whatever. Like,
I think every artist should rap to an 808, and because I'm old. And Payne, you just need to do a drill song, and I've been telling you that for about 5 years now. Just fucking do a drill. Take a drill beat, do your thing. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, 808 ain't new. Teddy Riley.
No, that's why I said I think everything should be 808 because I'm old. Like, yeah. I want that boom bap 808, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, so, yeah. Well, listen, I don't have nothing. I love trap music. You definitely catch me playing some out of pocket shit in my car, like real hardcore Atlanta shit that niggas ain't even heard of up in my town. I love all that. I'm just talking about me. You don't want to hear nigga Reno talking about whatever these niggas are talking about in the way they're talking about it, because that's fake. You know what I'm saying? You know me. I'm from Queens. My prime time is in the 90s. I was a jit in the 80s. It's all dirty over here. But shout out to them. I love them because I was also raised when Atlanta took over the scene, when the West Coast had it. When the West Coast had it, the West Coast are the real ones who made me want to rap. Like, gangster rap is the shit. When NWA was talking that shit, but before them, Spoonie G, all that shit, Mob Ties, what was them niggas from Uptown back in the days? That the rapper AZ and them was dealing with? All influenced me.
Damn.
Right, since we're already talking about the album, let's listen to the other song that you got that we're going to drop today. Coming Down. You want to talk a little bit about that before we play it?
Absolutely. Coming Down. That title is inspired by Pimp C, who I mentioned in the first line. Let me tell you, Pimp C was a cold nigga. He did not like New York at all. And that shit made me like him even more because that was a shit talker. You know what I'm saying? So the first time I heard the nigga use the line coming down, he was using it. You know, like he said, it was his slang as far as I'm concerned. You know, he would say, you know, when you see me coming down your block, you know, but coming down means when I'm coming through, I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm applying that pressure on niggas. So I always thought the saying was fly. The nigga wearing minks in Miami, all that shit was crazy. So he inspired the song. And this is another up-tempo one. I did the production, and it's let's hear it. It's fire.
You see that all black Benz, 100 rounds, lay her headed down. Even when I'm heading uptown, when you see them hoes popping out, that mean I'm white wall spinning, niggas know I'm. Bitch, I think the drugs wearing off 'em.
Bitch, I'm on that Pimp C, riding extra clean, highest mezzanines, fire desert ease, diamond bezel gleam, flights to Tel Aviv. I am Elohim, futuristic flows,
Prior felonies.
Had to buy my shooter a Carmelo sleeve, RX, yes indeed, we big steppers, Yeti feet, fiends doing the Fendi lean. I dream on Fendi sheets, forensic team taking out my Bentley seat, looking for fibers. I spit the same shit I put in the Pyrex. Now we cooking with fire. If the K9 unit come, they gon' wolf by the tire. We burn homes and wait out front to ambush the survivors. My niggas be shooting blindly like this the book of Elijah. You're now rocking with the big kahuna, and I'm on your bitch bumper like a pit maneuver. We was really on the strip with dingy users. Made it out the other side for you to bear witness to it. Now you see me. I'm coming down, 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 down. Yeah. We colossal shooters on the mosque roof, regime Satapo, fatigue ensembles, my pen like Mumia Abus. Interpol almost caught me with the Uzi at Kabul. I'm Juan Valdez with the mule, put balloons down the tonsils. It's orange juice in the Bronco, couscous in Morocco. Just be the Rico Suave, I got moves like Gerardo. Nigga, your bitch's screensaver is the view from my condo. I black so bad, you can trace my roots to the Congo.
Stepping on shit. Stepping on it.
Well, alright. That threw me off real quick. It threw me off because first off, I knew it was gonna drop the way it dropped. I knew them snares was gonna do what it did, but it did it at a way different tempo than I expected it. So I was like, oh shit, how the and it's still like somehow you made that Houston sound East Coast.
I'm from Queens. I
like
love
somehow like I don't know if that made no sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Somehow he made Houston in New York. Like that was interesting. I don't know. That was dope. That was dope. That's dope. That was dope.
Thank you.
That was dope. And then you just floating on the motherfucker. And then you in and out like a robbery on it, which is motherfuckers like you. I hate people like you that do that shit. You start floating, and then as soon as you think the motherfucker's about to float a little bit more, he stops. Fuck you, Reno.
I didn't even got to come back, man. You're not wrong.
I'll tell you, out of all the artists I've ever interviewed, you can tell which artists really fuck with what they do. Like you and Pain. And you can't help yourself when your shit is playing, you're rapping it, you're singing, you're like the way you're doing the like you can see the producer in you at times, the way you're hitting it. And there's some artists like they don't feel their own music like that, and they just sit still when their music's playing when you're interviewing them. And you can tell when artists really feel their shit. And I appreciate both of you because you really feel what you're doing.
But even that's a game though. The artists. Okay, like a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, Reno. A lot of times when artists will play me their music, I sit there like this the whole time. I'm not gonna bop. I'm not gonna make no facial expressions. I'm just gonna listen the whole time. This thing could be fire too. I'll sit there the whole time like this, holding all my shit back. And then I'll tell you, yo, dun 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 dun. But even that's a tactic. But so sometimes you can interview an artist and they acting like they're not feeling it. They really just they don't want to overhype. They just want to feel like they.
I don't want to be too rude, but
like sometimes you get with a producer and the producer will play you some beats, and then you see them going like this crazy off this shit, and you sitting there like that shit's trash. But you trying to sell me on it because you bopping hard. So sometimes the producer just sit there and just see what you do off it. And that's,
I don't know.
I think some artists will let you hear their music and sit back just to see how you react instead of you feeding off them bobbing. I didn't look at the screen because I didn't want Reno to kind of like throw me off, so I was just listening to it. I'm not, so my reaction is just natural.
The artists I've interviewed that don't move or sing their own music are probably the ones where the songs aren't the greatest. Like the dudes who really feel their music, I feel like they know it's a banger and they're gonna have fun with it. And that's not everybody. I get what you're saying. There's ways that people like do shit, and then there's people who have a certain persona, so they don't want to like break character almost. Not that it's a character, but you know what I mean. The dudes who feel their music, like it's usually a banger.
Nah, you're right. You're right about that. Hey, listen, music is going to do what it do. If it makes you go crazy, then hey, so be it. But I'm telling you, a lot of times I just keep my composure to make the motherfucker feel bad until the song is over. And then I'll be like, yo, I like that shit, yo. They're like, man, you ain't like it because you sitting there with no reaction.
That's you're an asshole. It's because you're an asshole, though, and you embrace your assholeism. So that's
listen, I've been dancing to this album for a year. You know, yeah, I don't know, man. If I'm glad you said that though, Payne, because that's true. A lot of times it is a part of good salesmanship, you know, to not just say, hey, I have a product, but you know, I have a product and all that shit. You know, it's the same thing as niggas dancing trying to sell their shit. But shit is actually fire. I mean, like I put it up. I put it up against anything.
But if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, check out my song, I'll check it out. But if somebody comes to me and is like, bro, check this out, I fucking killed this, I'm on it instantly because you got me excited now to hear what you just did. So there is salesmanship.
Right. Yeah.
All the time. You're the best promoter for you. You got to get out there and promote yourself. Ain't nobody going to do that for you, right? Like you're the best for yourself. And so there's a level to this. And it's something that I've screamed at Payne at since we've done the show. Promote yourself. Because Payne is awful at promoting himself.
Well, listen, you can't do this seriously and be too cool for school. You know what I'm saying? Like I go everywhere humble hat in hand. I'm seriously nice. I stand by that all day. And you know, I show you. It's not like we waiting to see, but I go everywhere hat in hand, man. Like I don't care because a lot of niggas be too proud. I don't even want to say it's proud to say, yo, good job, bro. That shit is fire. Or for whatever reason, they might look at them as competition. They don't want to big them up or nothing. If I hear some fire shit, nigga, it's up. I don't care where it's coming from. Like there's a lot of rappers I don't like. And I'm talking about like personal dislike. These niggas are suckers. But man, they got some shit, boy. Like they shit, come on, this shit is fire. And it's undeniable. And this carries over into like in that conversation we were having earlier about R. Kelly and other freak niggas like that who made big hits. You know what I'm saying? Like what's undeniable is undeniable. So for me, I can't. I don't have a poker face when it comes to that. If the shit is fire, I gotta tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see it before I tell you.
Yeah, I'm my poker face is there. I will tell you after it's over with though, and give you. I'm always gonna give you props, but I'm always gonna. I'm non-biased like a motherfucker. I still on some of my own music. Like I'm very non-biased. I have no problem talking shit, and it's not like me talking shit is not because. Like I always say, me talking shit is not me trying to shit on your music. It's, hey, do better. I didn't like this. Maybe you want to take my advice or not, but hey, do something better next time. Or like, it's always a challenge. Everybody is competition to me, whether be friends or not.
You're not afraid to give somebody their flowers either, though, Payne. You'll be quick to give somebody their flowers. You're not a fucking hater. I'll give you that. Oh, yeah. You're getting better, but you're shit at promoting yourself. You're getting better. But you definitely will give somebody their flowers, but you're also not going to lie to them if you don't like their shit.
But that's good. That's good. That's what or any real dude would want. Like, if my shit is trash, bro, and you don't tell me, it's up when I see you. You know what I'm saying? Because you let me go out here like this.
We talk about this though. Why is there not more people who just pull their homie to the side and be like, bro, you cannot rap? Like, you might want to start trying something else.
Because
Because
a
what
lot of
happens
times,
is,
even though that nigga can't rap, that nigga telling him that he's good is still knowing that he don't have no talent, and this might be his only way out of the hood. So he's gonna lie. He's gonna try and amp him up. Plus, you got a lot of niggas too lazy to follow their dreams. So they might be hating on you. You may say, yeah, whatever, but they're so grimy in the back of their head. They're like, you know what? Let me keep this nigga in pocket just in case he do make it. You know what I'm saying? Like the mentalities is crazy out here.
Yeah,
that's
I don't think like that, so that shit never crosses my mind, right? I just grew up in the generation where like your boys are together. It's not I have $100, it's we have $100. Do you know what I mean? Like it was never that for me. So my brain doesn't go there, but I get what you're saying because I want everybody to succeed. Like that's the kind of dude I am. Like I want everybody to make it. But if you're not good, I'm gonna tell you, like, bro, I don't think it was good.
Well, see, it's a
it's
different culture too, because like Payne know what I'm about to say, because she's from you from the tri-state area basically, and you're about my age. There was a whole era, and you're gonna know too, where New York niggas, which encompasses Jersey too. I don't even know why it's a different state. It was dope to be grimy. It was the whole grimy era. And it wasn't like just a saying. It wasn't about like grunge music. It was about grimy. Like, yo, what grimy shit did you do today? Who did you stick up today? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that deep. Like, niggas, come on, look at Das Effects, Lords of the Under. These niggas are literally doing videos in the sewer. Like it was a competition to see who was grimy. And that's the culture that I come from, that I was raised in New York. So I get that you say you don't think with that mentality, but I've been around all the grimiest mentalities, like whatever scumbag shit you can think of, I was there.
one of my group of bros. One of my group of bros. Now you good. One of my group of bros. We call ourselves Bang Bang, and Bang Bang started out because we had Bang Bang Fridays. Nah, fuck out of here, Jay. It was Bang Bang Fridays, and we used to just rob niggas. And that's how it started out. And now we got a squad, like the squad was called Bang Bang. So like you said, like grimy. There was a time when it was like, yo, how grimy did you get today? Like, yo, we really on Friday would sit outside, drink a big old fucking bottle of Cisco, and start.
Cisco, he was there. Cisco's foul. Yeah, he was there.
See, I wonder if it has a lot to do with in the Midwest, Chicago, every. Oh, my shit went out for a level.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you did some grimy shit, you were going to be held accountable by your own boys.
Yeah, no, not in New York. It was a badge of honor. If you didn't do some grimy shit, we're gonna hold you accountable.
But you know what? There is the middle ground, because not even the middle ground. It's just that, yeah, we did grimy shit. You just wasn't doing it to each other. You wasn't doing it to your bros. You wasn't doing it
that's
to
fair. That's fair.
So like
he was
when we did Bang Bang Fridays, we would go to the other town and just get crazy on these motherfuckers we don't know. So yeah, so yes, to a certain extent, it's like that. Yeah, we ain't fucking with you if you want some grimy shit, but let's do some grimy shit
together. Yeah.
No, I get you now, because no, my friends were out there in the streets doing shit, right? And we would do whatever, but there was a code to it. So I get that's what I'm saying. Like, so it never crossed my mind that the dude next to me, now, not just because you're in the same gang as me, not that, but if you're in my crew, I didn't have to look at you sideways. Do you know what I mean? I always trusted that I had the betterment of what was going on with you, and you wanted the betterment for what was going on with me. So I didn't have to worry about you snaking me. Pause.
You know, individually, I agree with that. I agree with that, you know, for small groups, but I can't stand when niggas say back in the days there was a code. I saw the most grimy shit in my life back in the days versus now. Niggas are civilized.
I didn't mean a code. I meant there was like a military structure to gangs back then.
No. See, now in the
Midwest,
60s,
at least.
Okay, but for my people, from the 60s to the early 70s, there was structure in the gangs. They were, there to help the community. But after that, like, okay, so you got the wave, the influx of cocaine that's coming from the Southern boys, I ain't gonna say no race, but we know where the cocaine was coming from. Now, like, okay, so you say there's rules, right? You take a package from somebody, you don't got their money. If you don't got their money, they're gonna come in your house and put your newborn in the oven. So now you have to in turn put somebody's newborn in the oven. There's no rules. There was never no structure. It was the Wild West for gangs back then. Not even gangs, just regular niggas.
I only meant structure as everybody had somebody they had to answer to in the Midwest. Like, so what fucked me up is I got older and I learned about Christian Bloods don't have a fucking. Wait,
hold on, Jay. I'm gonna pass it right back to you, Jay. I'm gonna pass it right back to you.
Wait,
I think the only difference is because Jay is talking more from the Italian mobsters type of style. Because the mafia move different from the gangs. There's a difference.
No. I'm from Queens. I'm from Queens. All the mobsters moved to Queens.
Oh, yeah.
All of that shit they were doing. It was either Brooklyn or Queens. And for people who are not from New York, Brooklyn and Queens are the same island. So basically it's like we're all in there together. The mobsters, the gangs, it don't matter who it was. Niggas was kicking in doors, raping bitches at gunpoint to get that safe code. Anything you could imagine.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing I'm talking about. What I was saying is in Midwest structure, as in the Hoover, like from Larry Hoover, there was a pecking order down with the GDs. There is not a leader to the Bloods and the Crips. There's OGs. Like our gangs had leaders. They had jefes. They had lieutenants. They had captains. Like there was sets. Like it was military, paramilitary structure in the Midwest with the GDs, the Royals, the Latin Kings were big on it too. I didn't see that so much. Like I learned by the West Coast gangsters, like they don't have that. That was different. So I think that because there was a level of accountability, motherfuckers got like in line more often. And then Larry Hoover and all that shit happened. And then the GDs all split off and they hate each other now. In the 90s, it was very, very military.
There is similar ones to those in Bloods and Crips and all that, but it's just that niggas ain't give a fuck about that shit.
See, that's what happened to the GDs.
The structure was there. Niggas ain't give a fuck. Like the young had to take the OG head right off just to be known as the top dog.
They were one of our biggest rivals, but still the Latin Kings were the most structured gang I had ever seen.
Nah, these niggas is running wild. Even in those gangs that seem structured, and it all breaks down at a point, man, because you can't get a collection of criminals and killers together and have everybody act right. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. You ever been in prison? Yeah, you have. Yeah. So yeah. How would they act?
That's where the structure steps in. Now you get out of line. Now there's a structured punishment for that. Like that's where I was watching it from. Whereas I thought maybe you guys are like where you're talking is there wasn't that level of if oh boy does A, B, and C, then C, D, and E is going to happen to his ass.
Well, yeah. Well, so okay. Here's the deal with that. If you rape a woman,
see, that's wild. I didn't have any. I didn't deal with any of my friends doing that crazy shit. But I got you.
But I'm just giving you an example. Then that's when the structure comes in. That's when the community closes in on you. Anything short of that, I mean, and don't touch kids. Kids and women, you leave that alone. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, see, and then with us, it was more like, okay, homie disrespected somebody, so now he got 3 mouth shots coming. I never understood how somebody's going to stand there and take it, but I've watched it happen. Like there was rules, so like motherfuckers followed a structure. That all blew up as I went to prison. Like that all changed in the street. But that's how I grew up. There was a paramilitary structure to everything. And you knew if you fucked up, there was consequences.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but there was consequences on the other side. Them niggas get DP too. It's the same shit. It's just
have a whole meeting called, everybody come together, and then Your shot callers are like, hey, this is what was broken. This is what the punishment is. Boom. And I think in the early 90s, especially in the Midwest, motherfuckers took that serious. Then the wild shit happened in the late 90s, and then gangs just went crazy. And they're like, I started to hear weird shit in prison, like, you might be folks, but you ain't my folks. And I was like, oh, shit's changed. Shit's changed now. Like, GDs ain't even running together anymore. They're like,
it's a true saying. Yeah, blood's a crip. Every blood ain't your blood. Every crip ain't your crip. Like it's a true saying. Like, shit. Hey, let's take it even away from that. Talk about your family members. Your brother, he probably ain't really your brother. Like he ain't really always have your back. Your homie, your friend that you met in second grade could be more of a brother than your real blood family brother. Like,
it might be different too, because the crew I ran with didn't go nationwide until after I was too old and out. They were just Chicago and one city in Wisconsin. So it wasn't a huge crew. So maybe it was easier for motherfuckers to still feel that unity and shit, you know, as in, like, as I watched the Chicago Vice Lords and the Milwaukee Vice Lords throw down while I was in prison. And I'm like, oh, this is fucked up. Y'all Vice Lords.
You know what's crazy? I got a few years in the penal system, and I don't got no stories, man. Everybody always sees some shit, have been through some shit. I said, I ain't gonna say it was fun because I would never want to promote it, but it wasn't fun. But it wasn't like, oh, there's death around the corner, nothing like that. Like,
me neither. I seen some crazy fights between a couple times, but I don't have no real, like, when I was in prison stories. I don't have those either.
I got nothing. It was so boring. It was just,
every time, even when I talk to some of the young boys, and first off, I only did a year, so it's not like I did a stretch. Like y'all niggas,
a year's enough.
I mean,
a day is enough.
Yeah, a year's enough. Yes, you're right. But compared to other people, I get it. But even the stories, like they would ask me shit, and I'd be like, yo, my shit didn't sound all. My shit was kind of like you say, you don't sound like you promoting it, but I didn't have the worst time. Like I was chilling, like I was on the phone rolling up, smoking, like it's like, what are you talking about? I was chilling.
In 5 years, I got 3 stories, and I am only a witness to them. Do you know what I mean? In 5 years, I got 3 stories, and I'm only a witness to them, and only one of them was super crazy, and that's when I said the Vice Lords, both sets of the Vice Lords went at each other because that shit was wild to me. Otherwise, it was just some crazy 2 other fights were one-on-one fights that went too far.
I mean, yeah, I've seen a couple of things, but to say the truth, when I seen the riffraff acting up, I just went the other way. I'm not.
Yeah, that was me too. Like, I gotta go. Like,
the hell out of here with this shit. These niggas got diseases, all kinds of shit. Nah, man. I was reading books and watching TV and just chopping it with my man. I made a lot of good friends that I still have to this day. Yeah, I didn't get into one fight. I don't. Nothing, man. It was quiet.
I got in 2 fights. None of them were anything to talk about. You know what I mean? They weren't that serious in 5 years. And one of them was in receiving. So I literally got into a fight like my first week in receiving. And then one other one that probably should have never happened. But a dude I was gambling with, and it was time to pay. And in front of the whole day room, he told me I had to come get it like Tyson. That was my only other fight.
Well, yeah, I guess you pretty much had to do that one.
Yeah, it was a bag of fucking pretzels, bro. I got into a fight over a bag of fucking pretzels. I did not want to be in that fight, but you got to.
That's usually what the fights are over in prison.
But if homie would have just said, like, I can't afford the pretzels, I'd have been like, keep them. That's how easy that would have been. You know what I mean?
You can't rein killers in, hence the fall of the gangs. You simply could not teach these niggas manners. It's not happening.
Actually, that changed a lot in our unit. They changed it because I wasn't the only one this shit happened to. The whole unit came together and, like, there ain't no gambling unless you got the shit on the table.
That's fair. That should be a rule, especially inside.
We used to be able to be like, oh, you owe me $6, you owe me $7, I'll give you a list.
Oh, nah, that's the recipe for disaster.
For a long time, but it had to change because motherfuckers got wilder as the 90s rolled in. Motherfuckers got crazier. The prisons got wilder as I was getting out. I was like, they started changing laws too, like truth in sentencing where I live. So if you got 40, you do 40. and it started to be 20-year-old kids with 20 years, and guards are like, go to your cell, and they're like, put me in my cell.
Man, I almost got into a fight over a Scrabble game once. That's about it.
Oh,
Me and the
damn,
guy still
Scrabble?
friends to this day. Oh, I'm a Scrabble beast. Oh, now if you want to talk some prison stories, I was fucking niggas up in Scrabble for real.
It's not that you're playing Scrabble; it's that you almost got into a fight over Scrabble. That's the one.
Well, we took it a little too serious, probably, but that's my man. Pun, still a great friend to this day. Yeah.
But you're right. The two fights I could tell stories about started over dominoes and spades. So you're right. The one, and I wasn't involved; I just witnessed. But yeah.
This is why I try to tell niggas all the time, like, jail ain't like the TV. It's real easy and it's real nice and real comfy especially for bum niggas. You don't gotta pay no rent. They got your food. They got your bed for you. It's Shangri-La. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. That's because the type of dudes that we are for the most part. Like when I went in, a lot of people was even worried because they were like, "I'm like, ain't gonna be all right," because we know what kind of dude he is. Like, y'all don't seem like the type of dudes that's gonna walk in on some extra like you ever like I remember one time a dude walked in, some fat nigga walked in, and he looked around, put his bags down and said, "Hey yo, where all the Crips at?" He didn't know what kind of he don't know who he was in. He don't know who he was in the room with. Everybody came out their cell, stuck their head out like, what? You know how many bloods is in this motherfucker right now? Yo, where all the Crips at? He had a bad time. That week, they put his ass on the door. He had to leave. Like, you can't come in extra. Like, sometimes, if you come cool, collective and shit, jail can be somewhat of an easy ride for you.
It's perfect for bum niggas. I tell them all the time, there's a place for you all. There's a place for everyone. You don't have to worry about nothing. Go right ahead.
It don't matter if it's the street. It don't matter if it was locked up, and it don't matter if it's at a job. 90% of people I meet just like me because I'm just me, and I don't pretend to be something else. So, like, I never really had to battle these things.
Yeah, that's the key. Just be yourself. Unless you're a prick, then don't be yourself.
I'm a Pisces. I can be a prick, but I don't think it's my personality.
I am. I'm a prick. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a prick. But I'm cool though. I'm a cool prick. Pause.
But the world changed, man. I was willing to fight anybody growing up. Now a motherfucker will just shoot you in the face. So I had to change how I handle situations too. And the reason I changed it is because a dude I respect was like, got real talk crazy to in front of my house. And he just let it go. And I was looking at him. He's like, man, motherfuckers just shoot nowadays. And I'm like, well, if this motherfucker's saying it, I probably should be thinking this too.
Yeah, plus too, the game is different now. You know, when you're a young man, you literally have nothing but your life to lose. When you're older, you know what I'm saying, like me, I mean, I'm not gonna break down my monthly expenses, but like I got a lot of responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? Like my tax bill is crazy. I can't throw it away every 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy work right there. You know, if something warrants it, then sure. But
do you think some of those choices you made when you were younger helped write the album you just made?
Fuck him, Jay. I was going to ask something very similar to that. You son of a bitch. That's why I don't like this motherfucker. I'm out of here.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to gain the experience. You're 16, 17 rapping, that's fly, but you're going to run out of material. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking about real life shit, I got 45 years worth of shit to tell you about, and I just got to the first 15 on the sixth or seventh album. So yeah, I couldn't write any of this album if it wasn't for those experiences.
You never get like with me, like right now I'm doing a lot of writing because, like I said, I'm working on a project and shit. I'm doing a lot of ciphers lately and all that shit too. But I think it was MC Kane that said this shit too. He was like, yo, like sometimes when I can't write, I just have to like, he said, yo, when I can't write, I have to just live life and let life be the pen. And I'm like, and that's a fact. Because anytime I get into my little, if you want to call it writer's block, whatever the case may be, I take that week and just really just be just absorbing everything. I'm just really kind of see where you at, see where you might check your accounts and you're like, might check where your money at, might check how much bud, whatever the hell it is, how many bills you got, all that stuff, whatever it is. Like you might take life more into accountability and you start writing a certain way. So I was like, because you said you write like almost you said you write every day, but I'm pretty sure. So you don't never have a time when it's like, not saying you got writer's block, but you don't get a time when it's like, you know what? Let me just live a little bit real quick and then write some more because now I got more to kind of.
I try to do that intentionally, but like life, I don't know. I've been doing this so long. My brain is kind of wired to like, if I see something, oh, that's a bar. Let me, even if I take a lot of notes too throughout the day, like, say, damn, that's a bar. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. By the end of the day, I might have a whole song or something, but I can't not do it. I can't.
Do you feel like it's your way of journaling? And then also, do you still write or do you put it into your phone?
It is definitely a way of journaling. And I would love to write, but I keep it in my phone now because this is the device I have with me all the time.
I just wondered if you was old school with a notebook or some shit walking around like.
Nah, once I got too old to wear the book bag, I couldn't do the notebook no more. If I can't bring it with me, it ain't no good.
You talk about notebook. I remember my back pocket would be just a bunch of folded up papers of just notes of bars here, 4 bars here, a line here, a concept here. And I'm talking about folded up in my back pocket that looked like a wallet. Like, nah. And then after a while, once phones started, I started putting stuff in my phones. Yeah, everything's in my phone now. But now I this has been telling me I'm running out of freaking memory because how much shit I'll be writing. I'll just be going sometimes.
Don't you have an Android?
Yeah.
Just buy a bigger chip.
Oh no. It's in the Gmail itself. It's packed with notes.
Yeah.
Or emails I send to myself. So sometimes I might send myself a little bar. Like if I'm somewhere and I can't like get to a certain, I might email the bar
trying to get that money. But yeah, I write in my phone. I write in my phone for sure.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool if you think about it now. It's your form of journaling. It's for music, but you have a written roadmap that you can go back through of shit that happened. So that's always really cool just to look back if you wanted. You got that roadmap of everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Reno, you ever go back some of your old raps? They say about 5 years, maybe. Let's say about 5 years ago, and be like, why did I even write that shit? Or be like, could have did that better or whatever like that. Or you never critique some of your older stuff? Like critique yourself, basically?
I read my older shit and I'm like, yo, why didn't I use this? This shit, I'd never read some shit and was like, this shit is trash. I read shit and be like, I'm wasting too many bars out here. Like I didn't do nothing with it. Matter of fact, the second verse on one of these songs, I can't remember, but it's before my oldest daughter was born. She's 25. And my shit's just, I don't know if I've been in the future. I can't say that because really niggas is just doing what we was doing when I was a kid now with this resurgence shit. So I've been in the 90s. I've been here doing this. My pen been crazy. Like, you know where I grew up, Flushing, Royal Flush right there, Nas coming through while they doing the Illmatic album, Q-Tip stopping in Mars Deli for Dutchess, Busta Rhymes coming. Yeah, no. All them shits is fire going back to the early days.
I'm not gonna lie. There is a verse on the last album I dropped that I wrote years ago, years back, and it just so happened to still work. But like you said, yeah, I'll go back and read some of my old shit, I'd be like, damn, that was a bar. That shit went over anybody's head. Or I might want to re-release this one because motherfuckers have missed out on this one right here. Like this, there are some lines or songs here and there. I'd be like, yo, I might want to do something with this one again. Like,
Yeah, cause we create these crazy barriers for ourselves. Like we put these timestamps on shit. That rhyme is old to me. The world never heard it. That shit brand spanking new to them. So when we date shit, we kind of fuck it up for ourselves.
DMX verse on Money, Power, Respect is a verse he wrote before he went to prison. And like he wrote that verse before he went to prison, did whatever, I think he did like 3 years or whatever at the time, came home and did that verse on, and that's like one of the most like DMX went crazy on that shit and had no idea that all that.
Shut up, Gypsy. It's true that your old music is new to somebody else, because after doing this show with Payne, there's other artists, but the one that comes to my head right away is like, I didn't know who the fuck Joey Pellegrino was before I started doing the show with Payne. And then I went back and listened. That's all new to me. And some of that's been out for how long? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all of your old music is new to somebody else.
Right. Hey, listen, the first album I ever put out was a compilation album with me and my boys. It was 94. I was 14. Nigga, it was playing it in Boston the other day. Just randomly out the blue. And, and the crowd was rocking with it. And you just never know. And this is from a very long time ago. So we can't put those boundaries on ourselves.
The first song you ever recorded, do you remember what that verse was about?
Ever recorded? No, you know what? I don't remember the first song I ever recorded, but I do remember the first verse I ever wrote. Let me take it back. I'm sorry. Let me say not ever recorded, but in the studio. There we go. Because a lot of us did the tape record. I don't know. Me and my boy got a whole five song EP that we did back in 7th grade that we recorded off a little tape recorder off the speakerphone right here and the speaker right there. We try to make sure the beat is on point and we rapping. Hey yo, you rapping too loud, yo. Hey yo, put the shit right there. Like what? And we did a whole 5 songs off that shit. So I'm not counting that. But at the studio, I knew exactly what my first verse, what that first song was about. I think the first time I was in a big studio might have been when we put that record out in 94. I couldn't remember what the studio was, but I mean, I've been to all of them at some point in New York, you know what I'm saying? Like the historical joints, But yeah, I don't remember. My first rhyme, I remember it was real whack. That was a whack rhyme. If we're going back looking at rhymes, that shit was trash. Like, yeah. But after that,
I know my first one had to be corny because my rap name was Battle Axe. So I knew that shit had to be trash.
I never wrote raps, but I went and anything that I could put my name into as a kid, I would do that shit. Or me and my friends would take verses like we were Ad Rock, MCA, and Mike D off of the Beastie Boys, and we would take verses. But I remember when Warren G came out, being my name is like Jason P. fit in everything Warren G did. So yeah, that always worked for me too.
Yeah, I know the first song I recorded that it was a diss track. It was a diss track.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
God, man.
That was a fucking diss track. Nigga said some foul shit about my homie, and I was like, hey, I'm hopping in. He said, like, all right, whatever.
Payne is the epitome of East Coast rap and its level of competition. Because, like, I know hip-hop is competitive everywhere, but the East Coast got a lock on, like, the level of competition they put into every fucking song they do, and Payne is that rapper.
I mean,
that's crazy. My first song was about my gym teacher.
And you ain't lying, right? It was a diss track. But no, I always say this. I think on the East Coast, like as far as East Coast rap, like we really, whether we have a op or not, we write like there's always an op.
Yeah.
Like we just write that way. So sometimes it sounds like we're being aggressive about something, but we really just rapping. We just shooting the shit. But it sounds like we just talking about somebody. Nah, that song wasn't about nobody. But if you want to be a fucking dog and howl because you got hit off something I said, please, I'm ready to respond
Don't get
back.
me wrong.
But
All of the music I grew up on that I started with was battles. It was MC Sham versus Boogie Down Productions. It was Boogie Down Productions versus whoever else they were going at. You know what I mean? Like everything was a battle, but like the level that the East Coast takes competition is just different than the Midwest or the West or the West Coast or even the South, right? The South wrote a lot of fuck you, but it wasn't like competition. They was just telling everybody to fuck themselves.
I wouldn't say it's the whole East Coast. I definitely say it's the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area that mainly is very competitive. But you got to remember, this niggas on top of niggas out here. Like,
Okay.
you better, if you want to stand out amongst 9 million people, do you know what you have to do? It's crazy.
I'm just glad you called Pennsylvania the East Coast because I get into arguments with people when they're like, I love Wiz, but they're like, Wiz is a Midwest rapper. I'm like, Wiz is from Pittsburgh.
What?
They're like, yeah, the Midwest. And I'm like, how the fuck do you consider Pittsburgh the Midwest? So thank you. I brought this up on the show before that it kills me that people keep classifying Pittsburgh as the Midwest.
I never heard nobody say that. And if I do, I'm going to be highly upset. That's geographically incorrect.
Thank
That's
you.
crazy.
I'm over here looking at the map in my head. I'm like, am I skipping
It
this
doesn't make
state?
sense, but because Cincinnati's considered Midwest, they throw Pittsburgh in there right away because it's not that far away. But I'm like, there is lines that divide this shit, you guys. Like Cleveland, Cincinnati, sure, Midwest. Wouldn't have been mad if they were called like something else either. But okay, I get it. But there's got to be a line where you stop just throwing cities in because they're, you know, close to another city.
No, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire. That shit might as well all be Queens. I don't know what they're talking
I
about.
agree. I just was saying it used to kill me because I'm like, I love Wiz, but he is not a Midwest rapper.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I was locked up when I was locked up. I was in Albion, and this is in Erie, Pennsylvania. And Wiz was just coming out. He just had that black and yellow shit. And the way the town was supporting him was crazy, man. It was crazy. Like, I thought that kid definitely went far.
No, Wiz was definitely something crazy. But we're gonna rewind back about 15, 20 seconds. I'm not calling Brooklyn Queens ever. Ever.
Oh, that's right. He's from Brooklyn, so he ain't trying to hear that.
Never.
Oh man, let me tell you something.
Yonkers.
So first of all, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, and my whole family's from Brooklyn. That being said, Brooklyn can't fuck with Queens on no level. Y'all, Big Daddy Kane, fire. Biggie, well, okay, yeah, y'all got Biggie. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But yeah, we got too many rappers, gang.
You just gonna stop that? Just Big Daddy Kane and Biggie, huh?
No, y'all got come on now. I just
want to make sure because one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time, most of them are from Brooklyn. Just saying.
Brooklyn has a lot
Just in
of
fairness,
history.
Enough Said is one of the greatest. Enough Said, Big Daddy Kane is one of the greatest songs in the history of music.
Oh, well, he's one of the best lyricists ever. And Biggie is, to me, Jeff. Yeah, that would be my number one. That would definitely be my number one.
Biggie?
Yeah, absolutely. He was. We got to remember this kid. He died as a kid. He was a baby when he died. He did all that.
Biggie, and I respect what he did. He got a lot of sus ass lines that make me go,
He does. He does. You're totally right. But again, back to the R. Kelly situation. You know, he has more than a few sus lines. But come on, man, Big. Nah, bro, he was the guy.
The difference there is that R. Kelly sus lines we didn't know that they were sus until the tapes came out.
Yeah.
Biggie sus lines, when we heard him, we was like, all right, we'll let it slide for now because he's a
Very,
dope rapper.
very out of pocket. Yeah, but there's nobody touching. Like for me, Big, and I'm over here talking shit about Brooklyn, but for me, yo, Big, nah, son, niggas wasn't fucking with him. Different. He was different, using
So
his
Big
voice
is
like
Big
an instrument. The words he used, it was craziness.
So Big's like your GOAT of hip hop if you had to pick one?
Not even close. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's
Okay,
why
for
when
me,
you
it's
say
Rakim.
Tupac was who?
Rakim. Rakim to me is the GOAT of hip hop. He changed it forever, but that's just me. And I was at an age where he was so influential on me. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it.
I was never into him like that. He definitely changed hip hop forever. To me, he
I
was
wrote
a
a pretty good
prototype
article about
Nas.
him in Overtime Hustling. I wrote a pretty good article about how why I thought he was the GOAT of hip hop for Overtime Hustling.
But hold on, Jay. I need because Reno started saying something about Pac, and I want to hear where he was about to go with this. I want to hear this. I want to hear. He said something about Pac.
I brought up Pac when I was talking about Big, to say this is why I can't say that Pac is lyrical, because Big was his direct contemporary at the time. Pac and Big, everybody knows, yin and yang. You can't say that both of those guys are lyrical if you listen to both of their music. They are very different. I'm not saying Pac is whack. I'm not saying that.
No, I get that, but I'll tell you why I disagree. So Biggie, super lyrical in the way people look at lyricism. I get that. Pac was lyrical in the way that he made me feel like I was watching Brenda do what she was doing. He made me feel like I was there. He made me feel like I was cruising in the car with him and I could see the beach in the West Coast. He made me feel like I could see his life. I never once felt while watching Big like I could see what he was singing, even though he was great. Like Pac made me feel like a visceral feeling.
Pac was very good at passion. He had a lot of passion, and he could make people feel that. Like it oozes from his songs.
I think for me, that storytelling is a different type of lyricism. That's all.
It's not okay. So let's take all of the inflections out of his tones that he used. Even mama was a crack fiend, mama. She always. Let's say it regular and think about these rhymes. Let's take the passion out and tell me if you could still feel the same about these bars.
Motherfucker raised his hand.
Did you not read the Rose That Grew from Concrete? Did you not read that book? You don't need inflection. The Rose That Grew from Concrete. That whole book right there showed you how you don't need to hear Pac to feel what he was saying. It's a book that's poems.
I think we're all saying the same thing. It's just I don't think Reno considers storytelling lyricism.
I'm only saying that because Reno said you take out the inflections of crack fiend. I get what you're saying by that. But even if you just take out him saying it and just read the lyrics itself, you would feel what's going on. And that's a form of lyricism. I'm not saying it's not the lyrical miracle shit. It's not the punchlines, the metaphors. Pac was not punchline and metaphors. That was Biggie's lane. And Biggie's one of the GOATs of that. But as far as the feeling of lyrics of what's going on, yeah, that's a form of lyricism. Like
I'm gonna keep it real. I've been trying to be nice. Tupac's rapping was like when those newscasters rhyme their words. That's all the shit was, man. Like today, there was weather. It was bad. I went outside. The cat was mad. Like it wasn't that. It wasn't that deep, man. Pac was amazing. He had a lot of qualities. Was being lyrical one of them? Not in my opinion. Corrupt lyrical, Rascass lyrical. Pac definitely could paint a picture. He touched on real topics that a lot of his counterparts weren't, but I can't tell you one Tupac bar except for the crack fiend joint, and that's because it's very sing-songy, very easy to get along.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying with that 100%, and I do agree with that fact as far as the punchlines. Pac is not what Corrupt do. Pac doesn't do what Rascass do, and Rascass is one of my favorite West Coast rappers ever. Definitely, he doesn't do what they do. but Snoop wasn't also one of the most lyrical, one of the most metaphorical lyrical person either. But people be putting him in a high regard because of the way he tells stories. People put Ice Cube's "Today Was a Good Day" as a good storytelling lyrical song. He wasn't lyrical on that song. He just told you how the day was in California, and you saw it. And the fact that you was able to see it and kind of visualize it, I don't know. I don't know how you cannot.
No,
I
well,
will
see,
say,
first of all, I don't
every
want to
time
come
you
off
said
like these
I'm
guys
45
aren't legends. These guys are all
Oh no,
legends.
I know,
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
that. No, we're not. Yeah, we're never going to dispute that. Legends is legends. We're not. Yeah, we're not disputing that. But I'm not, and if anybody think that Reno is saying that these guys are not legends, y'all not listening to the conversation.
I will say every
Y'all not-
time Reno said I'm 45, all I kept hearing was, and I'm still live.
Huh?
That's Tupac, me and my girlfriend. I'm 45, but I'm still live. Yeah, that's all I kept hearing in my own head.
Listen, Tupac was a wonderful song maker, you know, and to put that in context, I consider myself a song maker. If you ask me, if you go, oh, you a lyricist or you a producer, I'm a song maker. Tupac was an extraordinary song maker. That's where it ends for me, though. You know,
All right.
as far as did he ever get a rhyme of the month in the source? I'm just curious.
No.
Anybody know?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Did
That's not.
Benzino
That's
stop
I
crying
don't. I
yet?
don't. But I'm not. Well, you said what?
I said, did Benzino stop crying yet? I was just being an ass.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying by that question, but that question only lends to the fact of how people view lyricism as when you're just looking at punchlines and metaphors. Pop would never get a freaking bar, a rhyme of the month for punchlines and metaphors, but you can still put his verse up
I think
against a
we just
lot
look at-
of new verses, and you would
If
feel
I
and
saw
like his verse
Pac
a lot.
doing, if Pac was doing spoken word in like a poetry battle, a poetry slam, whatever they call it, and let's say Nikki Giovanni was there too,
He'll body it.
Pac would not get any movement in that battle. He would lose. Even his like he was our guy. He was important to us because of nostalgia. He was there while we were growing. He had that voice. He was a part of all the things that shaped our childhood. Yes, yes, all of that. You're not going to get me to put him in the same bag as Big L. I can't say he's lyrical.
I would never put them in the same bag either.
No, but I
Because
just
after
say that when I think of lyrical.
Okay, I
Okay.
gotta ask Bill. Hold on. Let your Mount Rushmore, your top 4. Who are we going with?
Big. Nas. Big Nas. I'm gonna have to
It's
put
tough.
KRS-One up there too, just because he made probably the greatest hip hop song ever. And yeah, that's it. It's closed out. That's it right there. Jay-Z is great, you know what I'm saying? But nah.
And I'm gonna ruffle feathers, but for me, it's Rakim, Eminem, Tupac, Royce.
Royce?
Wait, all right.
Yeah, over the
Royce
last
is
5
dope.
years, I've listened to so much Royce that I liked him, but now I love him. Pause.
He's dope. He's dope.
I'll pat myself on the back for that one.
I used to get paid so irritated because I'd be like, who, the Royce, the 5'7"? Royce, like 6'4"? Like, I used to fuck his name up on purpose just to annoy Payne.
But now, with your Mount Rushmore, Jay, is your Mount Rushmore are you saying Mount Rushmore as like favorite rappers as well? Because
No,
if
because
you
if
say
it
Mount
was
Rushmore,
favorite rappers, MC8 would be up there, but I know he is not
okay,
one of those guys, but he is my
I
favorite
love
rapper.
MCA. I love MCA for sure, but he don't got enough hits to be on that
No,
mountain.
his beats, a lot of times his beats are trash.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest. That that's so hard that we're gonna give those trash beats a pass. Cause that's just a super fucking classic. See, some niggas is just they do one thing so ill that they gotta be mentioned. But a Mount Rushmore, I think, should be niggas who did it consistently on some level, did it more than
Except
once
for
at least.
Royce, except for Royce, I think my top 3 changed hip hop maybe
Okay.
more than anybody.
Yeah. But and you know, Royce is, like I said, always tell people, Royce is a reason for my rap name Pain. So, but I would never put in a Mount Rushmore. But so yeah,
My
I
thing
only
for
put
Royce
Royce
is
on.
I think lyrically he does it as good as anybody else, and he's different. And for me, that just changes something. But I said that if you threw Royce off of my Mount Rushmore, I would
Yeah,
not be mad at you.
I'll
But
be
when it comes
honest,
to
Royce,
Rakim, Pac,
Royce
and
is
Eminem, I think they
Royce is
changed.
probably better than M, if we're being honest. Royce is
Yeah,
probably better than
it might
M.
be. But M
But
changed hip hop.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
unfair too, because if he wasn't white, it wouldn't have been as impactful. And that's not to take away from him.
I agree, but I
He's one
think
of the
that's part of
nastiest.
I think that's part of the Mount Rushmore is that he brought a generation or a whole group of people who normally wouldn't have listened to hip hop to it, and then they found the other artists they love too. I think he opened the door for so many people.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Dre opened the door. I don't think white rappers are unicorns. We've had lots
Oh, no.
of great white rappers,
Well,
and I think Eminem
white-
just had the best push.
You know,
With-
you're right,
White
but there's
rappers, that's
people who
right.
don't even know who Vinny Paz is, right? And like Vinny's one of my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
so they don't get the recognition. And then M was so radio viable for some of his music that he got the masses. And I know it's Dre's beats too, and I agree with you. I just think that he opened a door for hip hop that let a bunch of people flood in who weren't normally going to flood into hip hop because of his radio play and My Name Is. The songs I actually don't really love, right? Those are the songs that drew everybody in.
Well, see, it wasn't just Dre's beats too, because it was a lot of Dre's craftiness that made Eminem who he was. Like those songs, My Name Is and all of that, like that's Dre's work. That's all Dre's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? And so Eminem was great. I don't want to take away from him. I think he's one of the best. You know, do I bump his songs in the car? No. But there's a place for them. There's a place for them. Not every song is a car knocker. Like it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
never
my
bump
argument with
Ghostface
Ja
All
Rule.
I Need in the car.
I get it. That's my argument with Ja Rule. You pop him in on the club or when I'm doing something, I'm in. But you turn him on in my car, I'm like, come on now.
Place and the time.
I disagree with the Eminem part, but I get what you're saying because that's how I feel about Ja Rule. Like I will listen to M anywhere if it's the right song.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to do that, if we go back to his the Marshall Mathers LP or whatever, the Slim Shady joint, there's joints on there. There's joints on there for sure. You can always find a joint somewhere in the tuck. But like again, that's not what he does normally. Like he's a lyricist. He'd rather you hear him going nuts on shit. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? But again, M's a lyricist. Tupac, M, and I'm not saying one is better than the other, although I do feel that way. I'm just saying we talking about two different departments. I'm trying to bring back this shit I just bought to the janitorial department when I should be over at customer service. You know what I mean? Like it's just two different wings of the building.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's the thing about it. I feel like it's two different lanes of lyricism. It's like was more than two probably, but because I would put Pac and DMX in the same lyrical field. Pac and DMX, and on this side I'm putting M and Big L. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference. So yeah.
That's a good one. Pac and DMX definitely would be in the same lane. Hell yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
so Payne, who's your Mount
that's
Rushmore?
a good one. Shit, yeah.
You said what, Jay?
Who's your Mount Rushmore?
I would have to say Pac, MC Light, Pac, MC Light, RZA, and probably M.
And this is the greatest thing about this conversation. I'm not mad at any name that was named because for me, I tell you all the time, my top 10 is changing daily.
Oh, that too. That too. You know what? I wish people ask more like, what's your top 5 albums because like that
Yes.
can give you a better answer to. You know what I'm saying?
I know I can tell you that one. Hold on, time about my top 5 favorite albums. Machiavelli's number 1. Machiavelli's number 1. Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers number 2. Flipmode Squad, The Imperial number 3. Fucking MOP Firing Squad number 4. ATLiens number 5.
Okay. Yeah. ATLiens.
See, and I wouldn't even know where to start right now. That's something I'd actually have to sit and think about. Like, what are my top 5 albums? That's why I like those discussions. Or like Payne and I'll do weird things on the show, like, I don't know, best white rapper, right? Like, but we try to do indie artists or top 5 indie artists or different things like that. And so it's always fun to try to figure it out. And I feel like they're living lists. They change because music changes. People drop new shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I love the discussions. I don't think there's right and wrong answers. I just like to hear where other people are coming from.
Right. No, I totally agree. It's fluid.
Like, I'm not a big Jay-Z fan, but I also respect Jay-Z's greatness.
Yeah.
I understand how good Jay-Z is.
That's how I feel about Nas. That's how I feel about Nas. I'm not a Nas fan, but that I'm never going to sit on the greatness that he is. Like, I'm never going to be like, oh.
I finally stopped, but for 2 years I was asking Payne every time he'd bring up Jay-Z, I'd be like, is he still alive after Ether?
That I'll tell you the truth. I didn't think I knew Ether was fire, but I didn't think it was like the ender of the battle. I was like, damn, why everybody jump on Nas dick so quick? You know what I mean? But he won.
I didn't even care who won. I just knew it irritated Payne.
Nas is a you know, that's a specific taste. He it's not for everybody. Like for Queens nigga, it's like we love Nas, you know what I'm saying? But
the newer Nas, like the shit he been doing with Hit Boy, them shit's been fire. Like he's been like this new bag that he's been in the past 3-4 albums, stuff like that. He's like.
So wait, you didn't like Illmatic or It Was Written?
Oh no, I did like Illmatic. I like those albums, but this newer version of Nas, I like a lot more than back then. I like
Nas is another one that I used to always get drove nuts by the beats. Like, not Nas. Nas, no matter what he touches, is Nas. But the beats, sometimes I was like, come on.
And you know what? Maybe that's why I like the Hit Boy albums more, because the beats are a lot better. That might be it. Now I think about it.
Yo, you know what, fellas? Excuse me, I'm sorry. My phone is on 1%. I'm about to crash out right now.
No problem. It's actually a good time to end the show. We only usually go an hour, and we're almost at 2 with you, brother. So we appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate y'all as always, man.
If you got 1 second, let everybody know again where they can find the album and when.
Yeah, Reno RX. The album's called Rap Ain't a Young Man Game. Rap Ain't a Young Man's Game. It's going to be available on all platforms. The video we be premiering on the 21st exclusively on paperchaser.com. And a week later on the 28th, the whole album will drop with some more videos too.
And you can be sure that Payne and I will bring some of that music onto the playlist because Reno always gets some play on the playlist. No, we both really fuck with you, and we really appreciate you coming on and giving us your time, man.
Vice versa, man. Thanks for having me.
He the reason for the project I'm working on. Honestly, it's Reno's fault now that I think about it.
Well,
it's Reno's fault.
How's that?
I just thought about that shit. That's crazy. I just thought about that. It's Reno's fault that I'm working on this project I'm doing right now. So
he sees you grinding.
I'll take it. Okay. I'll take responsibility. Good shit.
All right, everybody. Hit the like and subscribe. 7 shows. You don't want to miss nothing. Thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Peace.
Pain, who really fucking with me? I ass pistol pop a pain. You won't like it if I let the knee in a blast. I see your ass. Red bean spot, I'm gonna make heat your ass. Body is tough. Cops never find where I keep the stash. But chill, cause pain been dormant since the fetus. I was born to be a blessing. I'm getting stoned like I'm Jesus. I'm a heathen, raise a hell raiser, so I'm a demon. Here's my reason. Y'all been trying to convince me I'm not a genius. I be really finding blessings through my anger. I embrace it and start training like Vegeta in the chamber. In the chambers, I enter 36 to step my game up. So protect your neck and watch for the niggas that fuck your name up.